Male subject entered into a business here at North Hills, and he shot another individual.
Breaking news, chaos at North Hills.
The bullet is still lodged in my hand here.
3 men shot, one of them killed. The suspected gunman is the restaurant's head chef and in critical condition.
So they had cops flying in.
It was definitely a shock.
The massive police response. Nearby schools and buildings on lockdown. A community in shock.
I can't wrap my mind around it happened at Coquette or at North Hills for that matter.
Team coverage at 6 of the North Hills shooting.
Right now at 6, brand new information about the suspected gunman and one of the victims in today's deadly North Hills shooting. In the last hour, we learned the head chef of Coquette is the one accused of killing a man after opening fire inside the restaurant where he worked. The chef's name is George Colomb.
The man who survived the shooting is an employee at the restaurant. Jonathan Aguilar suffered non-life-threatening injuries. He spoke exclusively with WRAL investigative reporter Sarah Kruger. Thank you for joining us. I'm Gerald Owens.
And I'm Deborah Morgan. Take a look at just how chaotic the scene was when all this first unfolded about 11 o'clock this morning. This is the view from WRAL Sky 5. And in the last 7 hours, we have had multiple crews at and around that shopping center gathering new information.
We have live team coverage tonight touching on many different angles of this story and what we know so far. Let's begin with WRAL's Dan Haggerty. He is live at North Hills. Dan, Friday's a very busy day, a busy night there at North Hills typically.
And the shock has not worn off for folks here, Gerald, and understandably so, considering police are still here on the scene. They still have certain areas of North Hills blocked off for their investigation. And it has been an incredibly hectic day from beginning to end, all starting around 11 a.m. when those shots were fired inside a very popular restaurant. Some of the most crucial details have been learned in an unexpected way by being able to speak to not only someone who witnessed this, but who was a victim of this shooting. For that, WRAL Investigates Sarah Kruger joins us now. She was able to talk to this man in an exclusive interview. This is something you're only going to see here on WRAL. Sarah.
Dan, he had just gotten out of the hospital and he came back here to the parking lot seemingly to grab a few things from his car, and I noticed him while I was sitting in my car because he had a cast on, and so I hopped out and I ran over there and was able to speak with him about everything that happened. As you can imagine, it is still very surreal for him to process what all occurred inside his workplace in Coquette. He says just today when he got into work, he and the head chef, the suspected gunman, they talked about music and soccer. Everything was normal and then took a turn.
Yeah, so there's a bullet still lodged in my hand here.
Life is a blur right now for Jonathan Aguilar.
We were having our daily meeting right before the shift started, just to go over specials and stuff like that. A few moments later, we got shot up.
Minutes from opening the restaurant doors, Aguilar, a server at Coquette, says head chef George Colomb pulled out a gun and started shooting.
Head chef George is the one who had the gun.
Gosh, why?
I'm not entirely too sure, honestly.
Aguilar says the man killed was another Coquette employee named Jonathan Schaefer.
Did it feel like it was targeted to both of you all, like he wanted?
I actually don't know because, you know, like, who knows what's going on in his head.
Heather Young is another server at the restaurant.
And what did you know about George? Did you ever see any signs that something could go this wrong?
I didn't, honestly. I just never got to know him like that. I didn't see anything.
WRAL Investigates found Colomb does have a criminal past. His Facebook page is filled with photos of guns with evidence tags from the U.S. Department of Justice and photos of his chef creations. In 2011 in New Mexico, he pleaded guilty to possessing a stolen gun and was sentenced to 40 months in prison. Here in North Carolina, he had some minor drug charges, and just 3 days ago, he pleaded guilty to misdemeanor leaving the scene of an accident in Orange County.
I imagine you're still processing everything.
It feels like a dream, honestly. Like, I don't feel like I've experienced it, but I have.
And both the employees I talked to said the people who work at this restaurant are really close. They're like a big family. And of course, this is such a popular restaurant, such a tragic incident. I asked how people watching can help, and they just asked for prayers. Dan.
Sarah, thank you. The police were here quickly right after these shots were fired, and they have been here ever since. This place was locked down entirely for so many hours today. Some portions, again, still locked down at this hour. WRAL's Chelsea Donovan has also been here all day covering this story and joins us now with the latest on the investigation. Chelsea.
Yeah, Dan, you're talking about 8 hours later almost, and police still present at that restaurant. This is a restaurant that you can imagine on a Friday night. It would be hard to get into. You need a reservation rather in advance. But if I step out here, you can see that there is still police right near that restaurant. No one is going in or out. I can see security still surrounding the front of that restaurant. Let's show you some video. I was able to walk across the parking lot earlier this afternoon and get right up to that crime scene tape where I could see detectives going in and out, processing this crime scene. To the right of the restaurant is another business, and that's where we saw bloody clothing and evidence markers. And you can imagine this is an investigation that is slowly unfolding as they talk to employees who were in that restaurant when the shooting unfolded. They're gathering evidence. They're getting fingerprints, gunshot residue, things of that nature that are all going to lend itself into this investigation. We know that one person was shot dead. Another person, the suspect, turning the gun on himself. He's critically injured. And then you saw Sarah's piece there with that other employee being shot in the arm. This is alarming, to say the least, for people who work near North Hills, let alone an employee who I talked to who worked inside of that restaurant as a cook for years back in 2008. Take a listen.
At Coquette, like I can't wrap my mind around it happened at Coquette or at North Hills for that matter. You know, I call myself being very intentional the places that I choose to work from remotely for safety and other things, right? So it's just mind blowing.
And of course, she's been reaching out to employees and friends that are like family. The restaurant industry, very tight knit, trying to figure out how this all transpired. What is the motive? We know that this was a dispute between two individuals, so it was a targeted shooting, but nonetheless, in a bustling area like North Hills with so many people working and eating and foot traffic, Dan, this is unsettling to say the least, especially in a very close-knit, high-end restaurant. You can imagine what these workers and employees were thinking and seeing right before their eyes, right before this restaurant opened today.
Chelsea, thank you. We can't understate the impact this has had on the community, from those directly involved to the viewers at home shocked by the location. This is a restaurant that is popular, award-winning. It has been a staple for more than a decade here in North Hills, not to mention the impact this investigation has had on traffic nearby. Schools were on lockdown for some time. This has been a very scary day for a lot of people. WRAL's Destiny Patterson joins us now, spoke to people today about the impact it has had on their lives. Destiny.
Dan, as you mentioned, one of the people that I spoke to today, she said that she was moving to this area from Wilmington just in the last couple of weeks. She knew it to be a safe area, and she said that she was very shocked to hear that something like this happened in the North Hills area. I want you to take a look here at the entrance of North Hills. Literally just in the last minute or so, they have just reopened this entrance. So for the first time in hours, we are starting to see people re-enter the main district of North Hills. Everywhere you looked, police cars and crime scene tape. From this bird's eye view, you can see the size of the investigation. French restaurant Coquette at the center of it all.
I feel a little bit on edge.
In this reported video, I counted about a dozen armed officers entering the Park and Market. That's right near the Harris Teeter in North Hills. Raleigh police say law enforcement searched nearby businesses for other suspects or injured people. One man says he heard the sirens from his office building.
So they had cops flying in. It looked like they were starting to shut the road off, Six Forks. And so, yeah, just got kind of didn't expect that.
Alerts went out to some people who live and work nearby. Stan Kimmer didn't need one, though. He was in the middle of running errands when it happened.
A policewoman came up to me and said, just stay where you are. Don't get out. Don't leave. And so I kind of sat there for 15 minutes where I saw just lots of policemen walking around. One of them even had a shield in front of them. Several of them had different kinds of guns.
When he went home to watch the news and find out what was happening, he saw his car on our broadcast. That's how close he was to where that shooting happened. I mean, as the shock sort of settles for the people in this area, Kimmer told me that he was thankful and shocked seeing the response from Raleigh police and how quickly they were able to get here and assist following this incident. Dan?
Destiny, thank you. Now, if we have not relayed just how chaotic this was today, this next piece of video will certainly do that. This is a piece of video that shows the moments immediately after the shooting when first responders and police were there caring for the people who were shot. For that, let's send it into Brian Schrader in the Live Center. Brian.
Dan, also want to talk about some breaking news. Just in the past couple of minutes, police have cleared that scene at North Hills. All of those roads are open. You're looking at live pictures right now from Sky 5. We're going to keep our eyes on that. Now, this is the video we were talking about. This could be disturbing for some viewers. I want to zoom in and show you exactly what you're about to see. Witness video from the area right around Coquette, and you're going to see police taking someone from that area out towards Six Forks Road. Then you're going to see video from our WRAL camera that's located across Six Forks Road looking back at North Hills. Here is that witness video right around 11:07 this morning, and you can see Raleigh police carrying that person out toward Six Forks Road. And then the view from our tower camera, or our live camera network camera right across the street, showing police carrying that person. It wasn't long after this video was shot that Raleigh police blocked all directions of Six Forks Road.
All right, Brian, thank you. I was just there at North Hills for the tree lighting around Christmas time.
Yeah.
It's hard to believe that that's the scene today.
I know.
Our team coverage of this breaking news is not over yet.
We're getting a better idea of what those tense moments were like for first responders.
Do we know if the suspect is down 1095 or are we still looking for him?
Next at 6, the response and communication as this chaotic scene unfolded.
And we've got rain in the forecast both days this weekend. Next week gets a little bit more interesting. The chance for some snow has gone up in parts of our state. I'll outline the unusual setup coming up.